decades, Bill Cosby has cultivated his image as a gentle, sweater-clad, universal father figure. He was Dr. Heathcliff Huxtable guiding his fictional television children toward smart decisions. He was the Jell-O pitchman, patting pudding pops as a wholesome snack, and he fashioned himself as the voice of parental reasons for younger black men, urging them to pick up their pants and stay in school. Even if we didn't agree with him, Cosby's moral authority meant that when he talked, we listened. Decade-old accusations that Cosby drugged and raped or molested numerous women have resurfaced. Cosby had never been criminally charged and has denied the allegations. So what accounts for the renewed attention? And how did these allegations emerge in the first place? Well, here's the timeline, and here we go. Andrea Constant, the former director of operations for the Temple University women's basketball team, files a lawsuit against Cosby, allegedly that he drugged and molested her at his home in Pennsylvania in 2004. A local prosecutor had declined to file charges related to the alleged abuse. After Constant's accusations become public, a second woman, Tamia Green, says on the Today Show that in the 1970s, Cosby gave her pills and knocked her unconsciously and then groped her. Court papers in the Constant case mentions Green and 12 anonymous women who make similar allegations against the actor and comic. Cosby denied ever molesting any of the women. The Philadelphia Daily News published a story identifying Beth Ferrier as one of the anonymous women mentioned in the Constant court papers. Ferrier says Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted her in the car in Deptford, Colorado in the 1980s. Constant and Cosby settled the lawsuit out of court. The terms are not disclosed. Barbara Bauman, another anonymous woman from the Constant lawsuit, tells people that Cosby had mentored her as an actor in the 1980s and sexually assaulted her in Reno and New York City during that time. Newsweek publishes interviews with Barbara Bauman and Tamia Green in which the women repeat their earlier allegations. NBC reveals details about a new comedy show is developing that will star Cosby as a patriarch of an extended family. The network first announced the show in January. Netflix announced it will air a Cosby stand-up special on November 28. Cosby, His Life and Times, a biography by Mark W., formerly of Newsweek and CNN, is published. Cosby cooperated with Mark W., and the book does not document the rape and molestation accusations against Cosby. Asked why, Mark W. later said in a statement, "I was aware of the allegations, but ultimately decided not to include them in my book. I didn't want to print allegations that I couldn't confirm independently. There were no independent witnesses and no definite court findings, which do not meet my journalistic or legal standard for including in a biography." Comedian Hannibal Buress repeatedly calls Cosby a rapist during a show in Philadelphia. A clip of Buress' stand-up bit goes viral, and in its wake, a Daily Mail published a more detailed account of Barbara Bauman's original accusations. In the article, Bauman says Cosby raped her and calls the actor a monster. Progress later tells Howard Stern he has been accusing Cosby for rape on stage for months before the routine got wider noticed. TNC reported that the planned Cosby appearance on the Queen Latifah show has been canceled. A seemingly innocuous tweet from Bill Cosby's account goes sideways when people on Twitter respond by creating Cosby memes about rape, drawing more attention to the accusations. The tweet has since been deleted. The Washington Post published an op-ed by Bauman in which she repeats her allegations. Cosby's November 19 appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman is canceled. In an NPR interview with Cosby and his wife, host Scott Simon asked Cosby to respond to the serious allegations that has been raised about him in recent days. Cosby refused to answer, staying silent and shaking his head. A lawyer for Cosby released a statement on the actor's personal website calling the sexual assault and rape allegations discredited and saying Mr. Cosby does not intend to identify these allegations with any comment. The reported statement appears to have been removed from Cosby's website. The website Hollywood Elsewhere published an account by a woman named Joan T. in which she says Cosby drugged and raped her in New York City in 1969. On The View, Whoopi Goldberg expressed skepticism about the accusation leveled against Cosby, wondering aloud why one woman who came forward did not go to the police or hospital after the alleged assaults. Of the settlements reached with Andrea Constant, the original accuser, Goldberg said, "Settlements don't necessarily mean you're guilty. You generally settle because you don't want to put your family through it again. I'm going to reserve my judgment. I have a lot of questions." Model Janice Dickinson tells Entertainment Tonight that Cosby raped her in 1982 and that she never reported the alleged incidents to police. Meanwhile, Netflix says it is postponing its Cosby stand-up special that was scheduled to air November 28. NBC announced it is halting development of a new show starring Cosby. Netflix postponed a Bill Cosby Comedy Central set to air November 28. Rape, abuse, and incest. National Network Vice President of Communications Catherine H.F. issued a statement. The coverage of the Bill Cosby story has already led to a significant increase in the number of survivors reaching out for help through the National Sexual Assault Hotline. A RAINN spokesperson told Time that specific numbers were not available. And also TV Land Yanks Cosby Show reruns. Well, those allegations tarnish Cosby's Farley image and his reputation overall. So it looks like it's going to be a whole lot more mess to come. But anyway, folks, that's all. Thank you for watching.